Pre-K, it's Coach Burns. Kids at home, if you want to do this also, you can. What we're just doing is some balancing and control of our bodies using our chair and the beanbag. I know that some of the pre-K classes have a beanbag. If any of the other pre-K classes would like a beanbag for their students, send somebody down and I will give you some beanbags. I've got plenty, just want them back, right? Thank you. All right, so some of the things we can do with the beanbag is we can do some balancing on top of the hand. On our dominant hand, that's my dominant hand, my left hand, and non-dominant hand, balancing on the back of it. A lot of things you could do is to move around your chair. Also, switch hands without dropping it. And that does include not pinching it from behind. A lot of my friends like to pinch it from behind and then it never can fall out. You want a real big, broad hand. All your phalanges are spread out. You put the beanbag on top, and then you are able to move around. Try to sit in your desk without dropping it. Try to get up without dropping it. Then trying to switch hands without dropping it. Keep your eye on it, and you'll see it move from hand to hand, and then you can adjust accordingly. If it falls off, just pick it back up, okay? All right? You can also use your beanbag, just tossing back and forth. Toss back and forth. Then a quick one, and then make a higher parabolum, nice and high. Boom, boom. Working on catching, balancing. Now, if the teacher allows you, one of my favorite games is to put a beanbag on the back of your hand and then move around your room, walking only. We're not running because there's chairs and desks everywhere. But if your teacher allows it, it's a lot of fun. And then you're trying to guard your beanbag, and other people are trying to just slap it off. Well, not really slap it, but slide it off the top of your hand. And they would earn a point every time they knock somebody else's beanbag off of a hand. Then you just pick it back up, and then you move around the room. And you can do some protecting, where you actually move your body. It's called shielding. You're shielding the beanbag. And they use that in basketball and in soccer and hockey to keep the equipment that you want to keep, like the puck or the ball, away from the defense, which is the person that doesn't want you to be successful. It's called defense. But there's a lot of different beanbag games you can do. You can even, one of my favorite little tricks is to try to just drop it down your back and try to catch it from behind your back. Switching hands, see if you can drop it. Drop it down and catch it. Drop it down and catch it. On your head, you can try moving around the room. All of you trying to move around the room, not smacking, of course, because we don't want to ever hit anybody in the head. You can move around your room, keep it on your head. Have your teacher call out oranges or sit down and see if you can sit down. Maybe you can keep it on your head, and then your teacher says apple, which means to stand up. You can try to stand up without it falling off your head. Oh, it fell off. Put it back. Try again. So, number one, everybody, beanbag on the back of your hand. Move around your chair or your desk. Go the other direction. Now, back of hand to back of hand. If it falls off, it's okay. That's the whole point of it, is to get better at stuff by practicing. Switching hands. Now do it with the other hand. Go around. Oh, I almost tripped. That happens. Go the other direction. Sit down. Stand up. Get behind your chair. Drop. Catch. Drop. Catch. Now, if you're really fancy, you could even kind of try to float it over your head and catch. Only if your teacher says it's okay. Don't do it unless your teacher says that's cool. A lot of different things you can do with beanbag. Also, a little bit of kicking or thigh from soccer, where you pop it up and catch it, and you're hitting it with your thigh or your quadricep muscle, this muscle right here. And it's a great muscle for in soccer. Some people like to say knee, but you really don't use your knee to control a soccer ball because then it actually hits the tip. It flies away from you. You want to hit your thigh or your quadricep, and it pops right up. So you'll see a soccer player do that. You can also use the instep of your foot and pop it up. If it flies over there, carefully go get it. And let your teacher know you dropped it. That way you keep your distance the best you can. I know you guys are working really hard at it. So those are some fun things we can do with our bean bags. And we'll put more stuff on this week. I'll do 2 or 3 videos this week. I'll try. See you guys.